All right, y'all. Dang, my bad. All right, y'all. We got Spurs versus Knicks game 3 of the 2026 NBA Finals. Wemby had 32. Castle hit a clutch 3. Let's get into it.
It's the first finals game in New York in 27 years as the Spurs take on the Knicks. They had a major opportunity tonight to put the Spurs away. No team has ever come back down 0-3. Could they get it done tonight? Josh Hart letting it fly. He was looking like Ray Allen in this game. He hit 4 threes, and you got to leave somebody open. So in that starting lineup, you'd rather have him shoot the threes, but he was knocking them down tonight. Stephon Castle came up clutch for the Spurs. He had 23 points, but in that first quarter, he was really imposing his will. He kept getting into the paint. He was making some tough shots. And he put that pressure on the Knicks on the road. They had a comfortable lead. It was the Knicks that had to make the comeback. There goes Josh Hart again, knocking down the three. If Castle doesn't go crazy like this, I don't think the Spurs win game 3. He might be the player of the game. Even though Wemby, he did have 32 points. The rookie, Dylan Harper throwing it down. Wemby very efficient tonight. 11 of 18 shooting. That is 61%. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. Castle again in the paint. You see his presence everywhere, and he is going to come up clutch as well in this one. The story tonight, though, is Karl Anthony Towns. He only had 11 points tonight, and the Knicks lose. Look at that shot from Castle. No foul either.
I keep telling people, bro, this series is literally just down to the big man. When the bigs produce, it's a whole different ball game, bro. You feel me? If y'all haven't noticed, when we didn't play good the first 2 games, or he didn't play exceptional, Spurs lost. Wemby gives you 38 and 32, 8 and 5, something like that, and Spurs win. I mean, come on now, it's not hard to realize.
This might be boosting his case for Finals MVP if the Knicks can win it, because in the first 2 games when he had a good game, they won. Tonight, when he has a bad game, they lose. He's got to make that matchup with Wemby. It's got to be a lot closer. If it's like tonight, then maybe the Spurs are going to edge it out. But look at Wemby. See, he's still hesitating a little bit. Why did he pass up on that shot? Now, he does make it splash, but there's still some hesitation. He was shooting a lot more, and he was in the paint tonight, which is good news. He's throwing down lobs. He's getting offensive rebounds, some tip-ins. He's dunking. Nobody can guard you in the paint. You're too tall. Yeah, you can shoot a 3 every once in a while, but you got to do most of your damage in the paint like he did tonight. And OG, he had a great game. He had 28 points, 32 for Brunson. Now, we got to talk about Keldon Johnson on the Spurs. He hasn't done anything in the finals. He's the 6th man of the year, and he is clearly not the best player on the bench for them. Look at Wemby. He's going to let it go from way downtown. Johnson.
Yeah, I ain't even going to cap, bro. I forgot Keldon Johnson was even on the team, bro. I didn't know he was 6th man of the year. Yeah, bro, step it up, man. You ain't providing nothing but just wasted space and opportunity, bro.
Tonight, he even cost them 3 points because Wemby hit a 3, and then he pushed off on Mitchell Robinson, so the 3 was waved off in the clutch. They would have been up by 10 points. They took those points away. Clarkson with the shot clock cheese. It's a 1-point game in the 4th quarter. Wemby here goes another lob. And Towns was not even ready for that. He never saw it coming. Look at the veteran, De'Aaron Fox. He didn't have a crazy stat line tonight. 12 points, but he came up clutch. He's going to hit another basket a little bit later. Look at this block.
Give me that.
Wemby says no. Shamit also had a bad game for the Knicks. Shot clock cheese for Brunson. 2 minutes to go. Knicks are not going away just yet. Wemby, he's going to toss a grenade to Castle from way downtown. Splash! I told you, he might be the player of the game tonight. Brunson hits a clutch 3. They're only down by 3 with 33 seconds left. The veteran, De'Aaron Fox, in the clutch. He's got OG on him. This is a tough shot to give them a cushion at the free throw line.
That could be a foul, too.
5-point lead for the Spurs. And the Knicks are still not done. OG does not want to lose tonight. He is going to hit a tough shot in the corner. Harper puts the hand up. He does not want to foul. That's good defense. He knocks down the three. It's a 2-point game. Hassel gets fouled, and he hits both free throws in the clutch.
Oh, yeah, that's
Makes
game.
it a 4-point game.
That's game.
And that's going to do it. The Spurs, they have a pulse. They win.
Hey, man, congrats to the Spurs for fighting back, bro. You feel me? That going down 2-1 and then having to go to Madison Square Garden, like, bro, I can't even imagine, like, the nerves some people will have. But next we got Shaq, Chuck, and Draymond sound off on Mike Brown complaining about refs after Game 3. We are going to speed these clips up a little bit.
Opportunities for fouls to be called to at least try to even the free throws out. Now, we didn't play good. San Antonio played great. We could have played better. There was a lot of things that we didn't do that we did in Game 1 and Game 2. But to go 24 free throw attempts in a second half, that's 48 for the game if you think about it the way that they called that second half, compared to 8. All the shots we took, we got fouled 4 times, roughly, for 8 free throw attempts. Again, I don't complain much. I never thought I'd see that in an NBA Finals game.
So Mike Brown's point about free throws.
Well, Mike, you know, if you want to get more free throws and attack the paint more, thing you notice is that Spurs constantly put pressure on your defense by continuously getting paint touches. Your team doesn't really do that too much. It's mainly a lot of outside jumpers. So, of course, the fouls aren't going to be the same.
Okay, so San Antonio made more than New York took in this game. 25 for 32, 18 for 22. When you hear what he had to say, do you see the point he's making, especially talking about how many free throw attempts in a half that they got?
Well, he should stop that we didn't play well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go back.
Well, they played for San Antonio, played very well.
Yeah, we can. Well, you can say, but he just point. They did not play well enough to win the game. The Spurs outplayed them tonight. Listen, referees gonna miss some calls. That happens. But officiating did not lose this game. Mike Brown, I love Mike Brown, but he said it first. We did not play well. Yeah, because we got more free throws. Of course, we could have. Maybe it was a bad call here or there. But the bottom line was he should have stopped that. We did not play well enough to win.
Ernie.
That's why they lost, not the free throws.
And points off turnovers 21-7 in favor of San Antonio.
Ernie, when I was good enough to lead my team to the finals, one time I had a bad game and Phil Jackson said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I didn't get no calls." He put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Real champions don't complain." And he walked off. Mike Brown knows better. He's one with the Warriors. He knows what it takes to win the championship. I agree with Chuck. You didn't play well. You should have played better at home. Everybody's expecting, the blowout, and we're here in New York. Everybody's celebrating. He should have stopped that. We didn't play well. Real champions do not complain. Sorry.
They get exactly what I'm thinking, bro. Like, the real champions don't complain. Like, for me, like, obviously, I'm not an NBA champion or whatever, but, like, it's the principle. Like, like, higher level guys or, like, guys who have a higher level mentality and, like, a more mature mentality, they're not going to keep complaining. They're just going to grind it out. Like, me, like, when I'm playing pickup, I don't constantly beg for fouls. I don't constantly call everything. Like, I rarely call stuff unless it's blatant. Like, I don't ever make foul calls. You feel me? Because, yeah, I mean.
Oh, no, all good. I'm sorry. I love Mike Brown as well. The referees usually side with the more aggressive team. Victor Wembanyama started the game. 3 of their first 4 possessions, he had dunks. All series long, when Victor Wembanyama has rolled, it's been like bumper cars. He's getting tagged right here. He gets another tag. Now he get 5 or 6 lobs today. So I blame the Knicks for that. If you're aggressive, if you're not letting him roll to the rim, then they're not penetrating to get to the basket, and they're not getting more foul calls.
Ernie, I want to say this because you said something earlier. Mike Brown got to get his team together and ask, dude, why are we getting punched in the face first in every game? Like, the Spurs have gotten off to great starts in every game. You're trying to win the championship. You come home, you got one of the crazy environments I've ever been in, and you still come out and you get off to a bad start. They need to, you can't play from behind. Even though they got lucky in the first 2 games and won, for some reason they're coming out not ready to play.
Might have been a little unrealistic to think that you can win 15 straight games, in the NBA playoffs. So you're going to have to go through some type of adversity to win an NBA championship. I don't know many championship teams that have not. So this is part of it. And I had said at the beginning of the game, 10 seconds in game 2, this could be a different complexion of what's going on here. But this is why you play these games, and it is the first of 4.
This is a great piece of work here.
But I also think he didn't play as well tonight.
Well, because they didn't give him the ball.
But I also thought when he had opportunities, he didn't force the issue. I thought in games 1 and 2, at times, Chuck, I thought he forced the drive, even though I thought now he drove and kicked the ball instead of drove and put his shoulder into the deep.
I would like to see the Knicks do for him what the Spurs do for Wemby. Get him going early, because it opens up everything. Because if Carl gets going, Cat gets going, that freed up Castle tonight when Wemby got going. It freed up Harper. It freed up all those guys. If the Knicks, if you get Cat going, that puts Wemby on his heels. He was going downhill the whole night after getting off to a good start. You got to meet him halfway.
Wemby 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6.
I mean, they really, just hit on the nail. And Ernie, I see you with the shoes, bro. I see you with the shoe game. You got the 11s on. I see you, my boy. Hey, Ernie, he's like the cool white guy that's invited to the cookouts, man. But we got Shaq and Chuck disagree on dirty plays from Castle and Wemby on Brunson.
Well, in the first half of this game, this play
is dirty.
Will be pivotal. It has been so far. Because after that happened, it touched off a New York run that has the Knicks on top of the Spurs 64-57 after 24 minutes. And it's NBA halftime presented by Kia from Madison Square Garden here in New York. Ernie Johnson, Draymond Green, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. When that happened, you looked at it was a 4-point game.
I said,
Spurs on top.
I said, this is the turning point of the game. I said, Ernie, that's the turning point. They had a 4-point lead. I said, there's 2 things about this play. Number 1, you got the lead and the ball. There's no need for it. But you know what really pissed me off about the play, Ernie? And Dre, Shaq, and Kenny knows this. You have to know who you can intimidate on the other teams. You just gonna piss Brunson off. Like, we Shaq and Kenny and Dre, we know who's soft on other teams. You're not gonna intimidate Mr. Brunson. You're just wasting fouls, giving them momentum.
A wise man once said, let a sleeping dog out.
That's right.
Who was that wise man?
There's a bunch of them.
Meantime, Wemby's got 15. He's 6 out of 10 from the floor. What caught your eye in the first half?
Before he answers, I do appreciate Draymond and Charles, you know what I'm saying? Keeping the business and, getting along and just having an open environment because, they had a little beef going on the last time they were on together. So, it's just good to see them, just the professionalism is what I like.
So I love that he's playing with energy, enthusiasm, and effort. They got out to a great start. They didn't keep that lead. But listen, this is what you want to see if you're a big man. I like that move right there. You got to let those little munchkins know.
Come on, man. You can't do that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Get your little ass off. Yes, you can.
No, you can't do that.
Ernie, listen to me.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
From a guy that's won multiple championships, some people want to win by tactics, some people want to win by killing.
I mean, obviously, it's not like...
Ain't no dirty play. Get your little ass out the way. I'm not winning my tactics early. I'm busting your ass.
You can't go out there and do
Yes, you can. He did it. He did it.
And you know what Wemby gonna do?
He
Get
did
his
it.
ass swept by Wednesday night.
That's all right, though. You play with hard. You play.
Yeah, I agree with Shaq, bro. You feel me? Obviously, it's not allowed, but, just set the tone. Let them know you here. You know what I'm saying? Let them know you ain't backing down even though it's 0-2. And last but not least, we got Stephen A. and Jaylen Brown troll Donald Trump for falling asleep at Game 3. The fact the President of the United States went to the NBA Finals is, crazy to me. It's just crazy.
This video went viral of Donald Trump at Game 3 of the NBA Finals, and then afterwards he called out Stephen A. Smith, pretty much saying that he has a low IQ, and Stephen A. responded to that as well as trolled him for falling asleep. And
this is 6 minutes? Oh yeah, let me speed this up.
China.
Not only did we lose the game, did you see traffic? Did you see the watch party that wasn't outside of Madison Square Garden? Did you see thousands upon thousands of faithful New York Knicks fans that were forced to remove themselves from the area? They're going to sit there and tell you there was some condensed area that was blocked off. I was on 25th Street. I couldn't get through it with my car. I was on 39th Street. I saw cars that couldn't get through. From 6th Avenue to 9th Avenue, you had people complaining about how hectic it was because this barricade, this blockage, this wall that was being built by folks for the Garden because of the climate that existed. Somehow, some way, it was there to protect him. And guess what he was doing during the game, ladies and gentlemen? Go online, look at the videos. I'm not going to accuse him of snoring because I wasn't in earshot. But the brother wasn't awake. He wasn't awake. If it was that important for you to be there, why did you look like you were asleep? Didn't you call our former President Joe Biden Sleepy Joe? Or what should we call you? Because you weren't awake. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks were blowing Game 3. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks, a team you pretend to love, a team that you had season tickets to, a team that you have supported throughout the years, you turned your back on them. That's what you did for your own selfish, narcissistic motives. I told you if you showed up, what could potentially happen. And it ended up happening. And now the new...
I hear you. I just don't really feel like it's that deep. Like, you feel me? Like, he's old. He's falling asleep at games. I mean, like, yeah, I get it. Like, his point is, like, you know, he's not wrong. But then again, it's just like, I just feel like we taking this whole thing way too deep. Like, he went to go watch a basketball game. Like, you feel me? Relax. Like, we're acting like, you know what I'm saying? The worst thing in the world has happened. Like, it's just a person wanting to watch a basketball game. And I'm not getting to the political stuff. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't even, like, people try to make everything political. It's not political.
Your Knicks have to go back to San Antonio. Why? For Game 5. Why? Because you got in the way for your own selfish motives.
What was that?
You want to talk about IQ?
What was that?
I could say I'd put my IQ up against yours any day of the week. I could go one better. I could ask you why you've been running from me the last year since I wanted to talk to you. I could ask you to debate me since you think you that dude. Okay? We can go a myriad of ways with all of this. But I'm not going to let you off the hook because none of that is important. I do appreciate the fact that you called me a nice guy because shh, don't tell anybody. But I actually am a very nice guy. Until you tug at me a little bit. And then after that, I got to show my other side. And my other side came out last night when I recognized that businesses that are accustomed to being patronized were compromised by you because you showed up. The crowd that surrounded the Madison Square Garden and its surrounding areas, you compromised. I thought you were about the economy. I thought you were about helping New Yorkers because you love New York. I thought you were about making money for people. What happened to the parking garages? How much money did they make? What happened to the local restaurants in the immediate vicinity of Madison Square Garden? How much money did they make? We know you've made a lot of money. We know you keep making money. What happened to New York Knicks benefited? The answer to that would happen to be no. This is a sports show, so I won't go any further than that other than to say Brunson played better when you weren't there. Mikal Bridges played better when you weren't there, Josh. Karl Anthony Towns played better when you weren't there. Landry Shamet played better when you weren't there. The crowd was festive, hyped, and more intimidating when you weren't there. Businesses were thriving before you showed up. Parking garages were being filled before you showed up. There was noise reverberating off the walls of Madison Square Garden before you showed up. And this is what you've done. I thought you were a New Yorker, Mr. President. I thought you cared. I thought it mattered to you. Gotham City, the New York Knicks, the erasing.
Alright, he's going on one of those rants, bro. Like, he could go for hours. Like, didn't it say Jaylen Brown said something?
Series. Pretty pleased with sugar on top.
Just finished watching the Knicks game. Knicks versus Spurs game 3. Great game.
Bro, this man got 3 mics on.
We had a great response performance after like the ending of game 2. Spurs probably could be up 2-1 right now if the end didn't end the other way. But great response from the young group to come back, and we could have easily lost that game. But it just shows how poised the San Antonio Spurs are, their resiliency to come back and win the tough game on the road in Madison Square Garden. Not an easy place to win. They had everybody at the game. They had all the who's, Jay-Z, Cardi B, da-da-da-da. They said I saw Donald Trump was there. He fell asleep. Not surprised at that. Looking forward to watching Game 4. I still love this game, even though I got sent to Cancun. I'm on vacation. We still watching, trying to see how we can be better and improve. And this is a part of the journey, like exploring different parts of the world, tapping into different parts of your brain, exploring different arts, different cultures, and martial arts.
All right, whatever. All right. Like I said, my opinion is going to stand until the series is over. I got Spurs in 6. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All links in the description. Till next time, man. We out.